found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time.
This one's wife. The A-listers who've ditched them. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As a deluded narcissist, this one's wife believes that everybody wants a piece of her. She believes that all the men want to slip her a crippler, and that all the women want to be like her because she's such a beautiful fashion icon. In her world, people want to be around her because she's fun, interesting, of importance and gravitas. She sees the A-list and believes that she's naturally at home there, despite the fact that all she's ever achieved in her life is to marriage and dupe a ginger prince and appear in a cable television show which has come to prominence more recently. She has no talent, she has no charisma, she's not interesting. What she talks about is deadly dull, and yet, of course, the narcissism creating the image in her own mind that she is magnificent, fascinating, alluring and irresistible. In the world of this one's wife, she believes that the A-list is very much home, that like any of those individuals who have attained that status, she strolls in the rarefied stratosphere of adulation and money. And yet, the reality, as is so often the case when it comes to this one's wife, is starkly different. As she faces continued rumours that her marriage to this one has ended and they no longer live together, that there are no offers of projects in the pipeline for her, other than perhaps appearing at Butlins in a clown outfit, that there is the leeching away of finances as a consequence of security costs, PR puff pieces, etc., as there's repeated ridicule as they sink lower and lower. Along comes Heat, that bastion of journalism, to heap more misery on the world of this one's wife with a collection detailing the A-list friends who have ditched them. They say that friendship is the one ship that never sinks, but try telling that to this one's wife. As a brand new year begins, they're ostensibly up the friendship creek without a paddle. And yet, it could have gone so differently for the one-time Tinseltown Titans. So, where did it all go wrong? Let's rewind back to 2018, when the Windsor-Sussex wedding was the hottest ticket in town, with every celebrity worth their salt flying into the United Kingdom to see Harry and this one's wife get wed at St George's Chapel, Windsor. Now, at this point, everything's going swimmingly for this one's wife. All of these famous people are coming to her wedding. Of course, many are coming because it's Prince Harry, and it's the royal family, and nothing to do with her. Others are coming because it's an opportunity for them to be seen, and thus it's actually about them, and again, not about her. And so many times, it's been quite clear that nobody was really interested in her, that people didn't actually know her, but they still turned up because, hey, it's a royal wedding and the British royal family are well known. That meant that with her delusion, she thought they were all coming for her, that she was one of them, that look, all of these A-listers are coming to see me. I've made it. I'm in the place that I've always belonged to, but I finally got there. Among their many A-list revellers that attended, there was the likes of David and Victoria Beckham, George and Amal Clooney, Oprah Winfrey, and Serena Williams, giving the Sussexes the social clout they needed to proclaim themselves as celebrity royals. The famous befriending didn't stop there, with their move to the United States 2 years later, giving them the opportunity they needed to ingratiate themselves into the most exclusive circles. Since then, this one's wife has clearly done all that she can to rise to the top of the celebrity pile, not least in the past year, where she's upped the ante. In May, she attempted to be pictured having lunch with Gwyneth Paltrow, Cameron Diaz and their respective husbands, Brad Falchuk and Benji Madden, whilst, as we all know, that was just a pap shot of her happening to be in the same restaurant as them. Then they made a very public appearance at Beyoncé's LA concert, before this one's wife turned up for another show, rubbing shoulders in the VIP area with the likes of Kelly Rowland, Kerry Washington and the Kardashians. She didn't stop there, attending actor Kevin Costner's LA fundraiser in September, the Mic Grab, where she posed for photographs alongside Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, and her wife Portia de Rossi. But amidst all of this socialising, they've insistently and repeatedly made the ultimate faux pas, repeatedly lashing out at the royal family and painting themselves as victims while getting lampooned in the process, in interviews, documentaries, and most explicitly Harry's memoir Spare. The result? Their once A-list ride appears to have retreated. No longer are these individuals willing to align themselves with the Sussex brand and its maligning of the monarchy. And the reason for it is that those A-listers were not particularly invested in them in the first place because Harry and this one's wife are not true A-listers. Furthermore, when these A-listers, who have talent, charisma, and have worked hard to get to where they have done so, see that the gruesome twosome are toxic, they're going to beat a retreat from them, no longer wanting to be seen with them because of the taint by association. Accordingly, it's resulted in this one's wife waving goodbye to these former friendships. First up, we have the Beckhams. David and Victoria are already bosom buddies with Harry and this one's wife by the time they rocked up to their royal wedding in 2018. David had racked up years of charitable collaborations with Harry. This one's wife had previously gushed about her love for Victoria, flattery, even bragging about their friendship, lack of boundary recognition, on her now defunct lifestyle blog, The Tig. Victoria called it a huge honour to dress this one's wife in her designs. But 2 years after the wedding, it was claimed that Harry and this one's wife had accused Victoria of selling stories about them to the press, paranoia, false accusation, leaving David outraged. While sources say their friendship limped on for a while, the Beckhams eventually chose to distance themselves completely, having not only become increasingly disturbed by the Sussexes' war against the royal family, but because of their friendships with other members of the royal family. Accordingly, for two loud and proud monarchists, the loss of friendship was a small price to pay for staying loyal to and continuing to curry favour with king and country. Thus, Posh and Bex chose the royal family and not the Sussexes. Thus, that friendship went Then we have the Clooneys. Just like the Beckhams, George and Amal were said to be equally uncomfortable with the Sussexes' royal bashing, smearing. Not only do the Clooneys call the UK home, they've also shown their solidarity with the royal family, most recently attending a Prince's Trust event in London. All of this has come amid reports that the Clooneys, having previously hosted the Sussexes at their homes in Oxfordshire and Lake Como, have publicly snubbed them as of late. In September, Harry and this one's wife were allegedly left off the guest list at George and Amal's second annual Albie Awards, despite them inviting half of Hollywood to attend. Then, in November, Amal joined forces with Michelle Obama and Melinda Gates in Malawi, see Parts Passim, for a charitable initiative, leaving this one's wife outraged that she wasn't included in the mix. Narcissistic wounding. This also resulted with the sinking feeling that George and Amal are two other A-listers who have pulled up the drawbridge in relation to the Sussexes for good. Oprah Winfrey. They may have stepped down as senior royals, but the Sussexes still proved they were holding superior rank when they sat down with daytime TV queen Oprah Winfrey in 2021 for that tell-all interview. Having previously attended their wedding, the talk show legend was the perfect person to legitimise the Sussex brand and herald their big move stateside. But in the past few years, the Winfrey-Sussex alliance has become stale and stalled, and this was no more apparent than in January when the couple were nowhere to be seen at her 69th birthday celebrations. With so many celebrities in attendance, including Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Lopez and Sharon Stone, the Sussexes' absence was notable, with sources saying Oprah would not risk including such a contentious pair in the mix, especially in the year of the King's coronation. Now she's rescinded her support, letting her silence in relation to the Sussexes do the talking. The Obamas. If Harry and this one's wife had a vision board of couples they'd most like to emulate, Barack and Michelle Obama would be pinned front and centre. And by all accounts, the Sussexes have done their best to follow in their footsteps. Character trait acquisition, mirroring, signing similar book and Netflix deals with the former US President and First Lady. The latter, for their part, have previously voiced their support for Harry and this one's wife, publicly congratulating them on their engagement back in 2017. Then came Oprah's bombshell interview in 2021, prompting Michelle to state, in an apparent diss against the Sussexes, "The thing that I always keep in mind is that none of this is about us. In public service, it's about the people that we serve." Since then, the couples have not crossed paths, with insiders saying it's far from coincidental. A savvy operator such as Barack Obama is clearly going to ensure that he steers clear of a pair of grifters. We then have Serena Williams. Many people have voiced confusion over this one's wife and Serena's famous friendship, ever since this one's wife apparently failed to attend the latter's baby shower earlier in 2023. This one's wife and Serena were apparently close, so much so that Serena even planned this one's wife's own baby shower while she was pregnant with Archie back in 2019. Having first made friends at the 2010 Super Bowl in Miami, Serena was one of this one's wife's most vocal supporters. Tweeting in 2021, "This one's wife, my selfless friend, lives her life and leads by example with empathy and compassion." 3 years later, her public declarations of support have gone quiet, and the pair have not been pictured together for years. It would appear that the tennis pro is sitting this one out. 5 instances of A-listers who no longer have anything to do with the Sussexes. And why? All based upon the behaviour of this one's wife and Harry, as seen as a grasping, grifting pair of untrustworthy dullards. These individuals recognise that being seen to be associated with the Sussexes is not a good look, and they scampered away faster than rats deserting a sinking ship. This, of course, all wounds this one's wife, the fact that these people have nothing more to do with her, people that she believes are very much her peers. But this is a useful summary that shows how other individuals see this one's wife, recognise what she is in terms of useless and grasping and self-absorbed and selfish, and then thereafter distancing themselves because they don't want to be tainted by the toxicity that surrounds her. Further evidence of the downward spiral and the plummet to obscurity for this one's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.